everyone. Welcome to Uyyarvu session where we talk about mental health, healing, and stigma. My name is Veenaa, and I'm the founder and executive director of Uyyarvu, and I'm here with
Subanu, the director of communications.
And in this session, we're going to be laying the foundation of Uyyarvu.
All right, let's get started. First, we'll look at the start of it all, the origin story of this organization. So what does the word Uyyarvu mean to you personally and in the context of your work?
I wanted something that was just like one word and gave like enough of a message. So Uyyarvu in Tamil means growth. So I wanted that to be the main forefront of this organization because as a community, we need to grow, as well as like even within ourselves, like growth is part of healing.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I actually was looking into another word before I fixated on Uyyarvu. Just the name alone took me so long to figure out.
Yeah.
I was actually going into Manam, because like Manam mind. But I feel like Manam is a cliche.
Scent or like smell, so that would have wins.
So it's like,
Yeah.
And it's also really cliche because I feel like there was a lot that used Manam.
Yep.
So I was like, okay. So
Scratch that.
And then another one that I was on was Mun. So like nature, like forward. But then to be honest, I didn't love the flow of it because I feel like in order to move forward as a community, you need to grow first.
Yeah, of course.
So I feel like Uyyarvu is like the root. So I wanted that.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a great standout word.
Yeah.
That's something that's like out there.
Yeah. I just wanted one word, not like a collection of words and make it super long.
Yeah. So was there a particular moment or experience that sparked the creation of this platform?
For sure. I would say our grandmother's death, for sure, because I just realized that nobody was talking about their grief. And just seeing that, I was like, you know what, let's create something where we can open up conversations, kind of destigmatize the stigma around like mental health and bring some healing into the community.
Just talk it out.
Yeah.
To add on to that, what inspired you to start Uyyarvu? I guess it's kind of an overlap with the other question.
Yeah, it's like, I've been thinking about it actually before her death because I wanted to find opportunities and like Tamil mental health.
Yep.
And there just wasn't any with focus on our community. And then after death, I was just like, you know what, like, why shouldn't I do it?
Exactly.
And I was like, okay, I guess it was kind of an impulsive decision.
Yeah. Now let's move on to Little Miss Ma'am's journey. So take me through the process of creating this organization. I bet it was pretty long and
quite long. Probably a year and a half until I like incorporated it. Because I was thinking a lot on the name alone. Because I was like, if I'm introducing this, I want it to be like out there, bam,
stamp of seal.
Yeah,
perfect.
I don't want to change it last minute. I didn't want to I want it to be solidified in whatever I created. So the name alone took ages. And then the logo, I actually did look into it. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you like butterflies, so you added a butterfly. No, I like butterflies because of growth, and with growth, I was like, I had to add a butterfly.
Yeah.
And the elephant signifies like strength. So I was like, you know what? Perfect.
Nice little combination.
Yeah. I was actually looking into lotus flowers, but that's quite cliche. I wanted to be unique, guys.
Yeah. She want to be out there.
Yes.
She want to be different.
Yeah. And I feel like it's been a very long journey because it was a 1.5 years.
Yeah.
And then like back and forth because obviously I feel like I'm the first one that did it. I haven't heard of other organizations that focus on like mental health, and probably a lot of anxiety.
Fair enough.
Because we already know how mental health is in our community.
Yeah.
So bringing out an organization that is basically solely only about mental health is just like
a whole lot.
Oh,
to process.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, I actually have journal entry.
Did I try it? I mean,
I actually can find some. Oh my God, that's gold.
Just gold.
Some of them are written down, but I know I had some on my phone. So let's search it up. Oh, there it is. Lovely.
Just like treasure that you find at the end of the ocean.
So one of them is how I'm like, oh, I've always been on the hunt for new things. I just didn't think that I would create an organization myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's exciting, which it is.
Yeah.
And then the second one is I have a huge vision, go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes into emotions like, oh, it's a whole roller coaster of emotions, exciting, nerve-wracking, to having a whole crisis. Because I did.
Yeah.
At one point, I was like, oh my God, like, should I just not do this? Because, like, why am I doing like nobody else is doing? Why am I doing
You're
it?
just doubting yourself. You're like, why am I starting it up all of a sudden?
And then the third one that I have here is like low-key second guessing myself. Even though I know this is exactly what I want to do, but like I have so much anxiety.
Yeah.
But we went forward with it. So those are the journal entries.
And here we are today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So during this whole process, what are some things that you learned about yourself?
Oh, I think like leadership skills for sure. And like the way that I envisioned myself to be as a leader and then what I needed to be. Because I feel like diving into it, I was like, okay, I'm going to be this. I'm going to do this.
Yep.
And then that doesn't always align with what the organization needs.
Yep.
So having that shift, like, okay, like I need to incorporate what I need to be more than what I want to be and combine both of those personalities, which is why we revamped a lot of things this year. And I just love the new structure that we have.
You're welcome. We learned from our mistakes.
Yeah. And definitely I would say like resilience.
Yeah.
Just even doing this in the first place is probably something that I've learned about myself.
Yeah. So speaking on that, were there any challenges you faced as a Tamil person navigating identity, mental health, or belonging that influenced this initiative?
For sure. I mean, we all have our struggles. So definitely had my struggles as my entire life.
Yep.
Being a second-gen immigrant, it is definitely different in comparison to other demographics.
Yep.
And yeah, I feel like having that struggle on my own and noticing that the community that I'm in also struggles with that, but there's just not a lot of representation. I was like, you know what? Let's bring that representation.
Yeah. We definitely need a lot more of it.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays with the whole pandemic and then everyone being shut off and being forced to be on our own, just making the space a lot worse.
And now we're all forced to be back out.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, the shift.
Yeah. All the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to Uyyarvu's mission and impact on the community. What are the core goals of Uyyarvu as an organization?
Definitely to bring more resources that are accessible because not a lot of people have the money for therapy. So I do hope to bring that in eventually in the organization. Also, right now, we do try to give like little blogs with some information, some like other resources that we have under activities. And also, I would like to destigmatize the stigma around mental health around our community as well as other marginalized communities as well.
Yeah. So looking back at Brushes and Balance, which was an amazing event, by the way, what were the biggest takeaways and how are those shaping what you're planning on to do in the future?
I think it went really well, more than I expected. Just because since it was our first event, I was like, okay, like maybe like 10, 11, like even when we were planning, I was like, okay, like
not that many people are
maybe like 11, 12 max.
Yeah.
But we had 22.
Which is amazing.
Which is basically almost double what we thought.
Yeah.
So it's good to see the community come in, even though half of them were my friends, but I love you guys. But it's still good to see them support the initiative. And I think that it was a success. And I did like how that event went because it was like a good starter. And for more events, I would like more talkative kind of events.
Yeah. So speaking of events, what kinds of programs or events would you like to do in the next year? So you mentioned more talkative or more networking type of events.
Yeah, like networking. I would like to do something where you have to interact more with other people because for paint night, like you had your own like
you're just in your own space, in your own bubble.
You can yacht to the people beside you, but like you're not really mingling around. So probably like something more mingly.
Yeah.
Like game night would be really fun.
Oh yeah.
Or like
bingo.
Yeah, something like that. Something interactive.
Okay.
And And I'd love to have like educational and like resourceful like events where like we have like a guest speaker, like a psychologist or like a psychotherapist or something, or even like an influencer or content creator who's like really into mental health and want to represent that.
Yeah. That'd be amazing. Now we're getting into the juicier stuff. So what obstacles has Uyyarvu faced in its journey?
Definitely, I feel like the structure in the beginning, just because with the whole how I wanted to do things and how I needed to do things. So like trying to figure out what works best. And so that was probably one. I feel like right now that's pretty decent. And then definitely funding, because it's been quite difficult to get funding for our events and stuff. So if anyone wants to sponsor us, please do. Yeah, probably those.
So what lessons have you learned from working within your own community?
How hard it is to bring in the community. Because I mean, like you kind of have like an idea, but I didn't think maybe to the extent of it is. I don't know. I hoped. I had some hope.
Yeah. We're getting there.
We're getting there. That's the whole the organization.
Exactly.
Right?
Baby steps, but
baby steps. Yeah.
Gotta grow.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. So looking into the future now, how can our listeners support us or like get involved with your work?
Definitely by following us on social.
Yep.
Giving us that engagement. And honestly, request whatever you guys want to see. We would love to have suggestions.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we are fairly new. We would love to see like what kind of new things you want to see that you haven't seen before.
Right.
You know, we're trying to be unique out here. And definitely I'd like to... My ADHD active, I'm just like, what?
Excuse me so much.
It just went so much.
Yeah.
My train of thought just like blanked out. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Mental health. So how can the listeners support?
Right.
And
definitely join us in our events.
Yeah.
We do try to make them as affordable as possible.
Of course.
Like even for paint night, even my own friends were like, you could charge a little bit more, because it was like the lowest ish price I could do, given like that we weren't receiving funding.
Yeah.
And like what I could make do.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. Like, I mean, I do want to give it for free if I could.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't have that accessibility for free. So I'd love to just keep it as affordable as possible.
Yeah.
I just don't feel right charging people like $70 for a nonprofit paint night event.
I mean, you got to start from somewhere. Yeah. So I feel like the place that we started was a proper level. And then from there, we hopefully go lower and lower so that it can be more accessible for people in our audience. Yeah.
And do podcasts, you know, listen to us more. Yeah. And if you guys want to one day join in, sure. You know, if you want to yap on here with us, come on in. Yeah. We would love to see more people in the community just talking about it. That's literally the point.
Exactly.
Destigmatize the stigma and talk about your mental health.
So are there any collaborations or expansions that you're excited about?
Not that we have anything booked, but I would like to see more on this podcast, like having guest speakers. Yep. Like I said, like psychologists or psychotherapists, even on the podcast. It doesn't have to be like at an event, or even people that want to talk on their own personal experience and want to use like this podcast as a platform. It'd be great to have like those open conversations going, because the more that we have those flowing, the more people would feel more comfortable talking.
Exactly. We gotta open up our community slowly.
Yeah. Yep. It's like a little role model. This podcast.
So what are your dreams for Uyyarvu over the next 5 to 10 years?
I would love to open up a center, like have like a physical center, because everything right now is like online. Yeah. So having a physical center, and like if we can have like therapy sessions running and like events and like workshops and like programs running in person, that would be like lovely. Yeah. The dream. But that's a long time coming.
Yeah, of course. But hopefully we could get
hopefully.
sometime soon.
Yeah, and definitely I would like to see like a bigger engagement on our social media platforms. Hopefully more information on our website that we can put out there, something free and accessible for people to use. And I feel like at that point we would have more knowledge and information to put more out.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'll be done my master's by then. So
Yeah. An experienced lady.
yeah, I'll be a seasoned therapist.
Yeah. Now let's take some time to reflect. How do you define healing in your own life?
Oh.
It's a little hard one, but
It's a little hard one.
I got there.
I think honestly, thug it out. It's true.
Yeah.
Thug it out. And I feel like that's such a common phrase that it's really, even like before us, obviously our parents didn't say thug it out, but you just go through with it.
Yeah.
You just deal with it. Like,
Exactly.
you know, you don't sit there and cry, which sucks. And so definitely I do thug it out. Guilty of that. But I do try to get out emotions where I can.
Yeah.
Like I'll journal or like go for walks or I'll listen to music or read or something to like just, or even color. I got into coloring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love those coloring pages from
I know,
TikTok,
right?
like those cute little bears or like dogs or whatever. And it's just so cute.
I got the Mandela one, so
Oh,
it
okay.
has like a lot of things to color. So I'm like, you know what, I might as well take my time and color
Take
a
your
picture.
sweet time.
Yeah.
I feel like with the Mandela ones, like those are just so like tiny.
Yeah, I have like the small markers. Like go and you like take my time.
Like a magnifying glass to like look at the little dots or
it's
whatnot.
like big pages.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what size of like or you're working with, so
It's like
Well,
regular. Yeah.
you.
What about you? What do you do for what does your healing look like?
I feel like more so the same thing. So like talking it out with friends, writing it out on journals, going on walks or like nature walks. I feel like a lot of the area around my or just my neighborhood in general, there's a lot of scenic places. So I could just walk over there and just forget about life, just look at Mother Nature, just breathe, and enjoy the nature while it stays, while it stands. But yeah, I'd say more so that type of stuff. Listening to music, just a lot of chill stuff to turn my mind off and just stop thinking about those stuff.
Yeah. And I feel like friends are like a really crucial part in like the healing because we obviously struggle to talk to our parents and like we just I'm so sorry, I can't read that. I don't have my glasses.
Like this face towards the camera.
Oh. Like, what does it say?
Okay, so yeah, like
I think that like having friends is like a really crucial aspect of like healing and stuff.
Yeah,
because we struggle to talk to like our parents and I don't really talk to my cousins. I don't know if you do. Like family is just not comfortable enough to talk to.
it's not the immediate thing that you'd go to.
It's not like it's like, oh yeah, let me just go hit up my cousin now. It's not really the case for most people. Some people, yes. For most people, no. But for most people, it is friends. Like we do find like good friendships, and having like good friendships and that support system is so important.
Such a crucial aspect. Oh my god, that word!
Right?
It's just like a 7-letter word, but it's going crazy.
I think that's also love the friends.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to young, talented people struggling with identity, belonging, or their own mental health?
Talk to someone. Like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to talk to someone. It doesn't have to be like your parents. I'm not forcing you to sit down and explain to them mental health or talk about your mental health with them, but talk to someone. Like, it could be like anonymous. They're like platforms, like there's 7 Cups. 7 Cups is known to be like an anonymous platform where you could just yap on about your life.
Yeah.
It could literally be even ChatGPT. You could talk to a robot.
AI is your new therapist.
You can talk to ChatGPT, vent it out, and if you are creeped out by robots, honestly valid, because robots do give me the creeps as well.
It might take over the world. So
You
never know.
So journal it. You could literally write down a bunch of your thoughts, get it out of your system, And if you're paranoid someone's going to read that, burn it. Or write it in your notes and then delete it, like something.
Just throw it in the toilet.
Just
and flush it out.
Yeah,
Or
just
do
have
whatever.
your feelings, put your
Out there.
feelings out there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be to a person. It would be nice if it is to a person, but find someone to talk to. If not, at least journal it.
Just get it out there somehow.
It's okay to
Something.
cry.
Yeah.
Please get
Cry.
the tears out.
Everyone cries.
Yes. Hot girls cry. Hot boys cry.
Hot everyone cries.
Hot everyone
Yeah.
cries. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I feel like it's more so the
Similar.
same thing, just like
Yeah.
talking it out, because I feel like that's the core issue
Mhm.
that like everyone faces and like struggles with is
Mhm.
like not finding like the safety or like being able to be vulnerable with like anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
And like I feel like if their friends are not accessible or if they're like busy or stuff, then you feel like a burden or like some
Mm.
sort of like in some sort of way like a disturbance to like their life. So like you just try to, just like what you mentioned, thug it out and then just keep it to yourself. But I'd say like regardless, like you shouldn't give excuses saying like, oh, they might hate me if I like
Mhm.
talk a lot or like whatever. You should just like ignore that and just speak to whoever you can,
Mhm.
even if it's faculty, even if it's students, even if it's peers, someone from your work,
Yeah.
something like that. Anyone and everyone, your book, your
Mhm.
teddy bear. Don't worry, you're not
Anyone.
schizophrenic if you're like talking to
I'm so glad you brought up like the burdening thing because
Yeah.
I'm so guilty of that.
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are too, like
Yeah.
having to talk to someone and you don't want to burden them.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, your friends love you.
Exactly.
They'd rather be burdened, even though it's not really a burden,
Mhm.
than having to see you go through something.
Exactly.
They would rather you vent it to them
Mhm.
than you struggle alone.
Exactly.
Because at least that's how I see it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
please tell me.
Exactly.
Please.
I feel like I'm kind of I don't know if you could relate to it, but like I'm kind of a hypocrite because I'm just like, please tell me.
Yeah.
I love when my friends come to me and be
Yeah.
like, you could just like
Yes.
say as much as you want.
Great listener.
I will exactly listen
Yeah.
to everything you have to say, but
But don't
then
ask
when
me.
it- Exactly. I don't know if I'm gonna talk to you, but yeah.
Give me a few business days and then
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally.
I got that. But anyways, we're almost coming to the end of the session, and I like to ask a few quick fire questions to
Mhm.
wrap this up. So first off, what do you hope healing will look like for our community one day?
Ew. Talking. That's like the
Just
first thing that
yapping,
came.
just
Yeah.
talking.
Just
Yeah.
talking about your emotions,
Yeah.
talking about mental health,
Yeah.
being more educated on it, being
Mhm.
more open to it. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a very like hush hush, like taboo topic
Exactly.
in most households.
Mhm.
And it just shouldn't be because it's not a hush hush topic.
shouldn't
It's
be.
not a taboo topic.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
mental health. Like
Yeah.
you guys are not hiding if like you break an arm.
Exactly.
Like,
That's gonna be out to the world. You're gonna be with the cast.
yeah.
You can't hide it.
Exactly.
But when it comes to mental health, like why must you put
Mhm.
barriers within your own brain,
Exactly.
your mind?
It's definitely talking and being open to it.
Yeah.
And honestly looks like a dream. Like seeing everyone be more just
Open.
expressive.
Yeah.
Expressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a word. If you could say something to your younger self navigating identity or pain, what would it be?
Oh.
Veenaa from 10 years ago,
10 years ago.
pre-uni,
God. I was
high
depressed.
school, or like not even high school, like middle school.
Not high school.
High school.
Yeah. You're pretty middle school. um
What's one kind thing you tell to Veenaa to
Kind.
when she's going through it? Like, what should?
honestly just like I think it was really important for high school Veenaa to set boundaries
Mhm.
and also realize not to people please as much.
Yep.
Because I feel like I opened to the wrong people who ended up using it against me, and then that just trust issues.
Trust me, next time. Yeah.
Which made me more depressed. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's not helping.
Yeah.
So I guess for younger Veenaa, like not be so much of like a people pleaser
Mhm.
and know who your actual friends are.
Yep.
And also whatever she's going through or whatever she was going through, technically it's past.
Yeah, pass it.
I was like, wait, why is the funeral going through it? Oh, I don't believe
Oh, my bad.
But probably just like find someone that consider your feelings.
Mhm.
Because that's something I do value in my current like adult life.
Yep.
it's really important to find people that are considerate, because you can yap away to anyone, but like
You don't know if they're
everyone's really
actually
considerate. Yeah.
exactly. You
They're
don't
just
know.
like listening to it and they're like, okay.
Yeah, just going through
Like
an
someone
air
actually,
out
someone
there.
that actually cares about you and loves you. That'd be good.
So
What is it? Wait, what is it? What is an advice you'd give to your younger self?
Um, yeah, I'd say like just like what I mentioned, the whole barrier thing. I feel like a lot of my friends mentioned that I would be very closed off, and like when it comes to their issues, like I'd be very helpful to them. But like when it comes to mine, like I don't like sharing like all this stuff previously, because like of course during middle school it wasn't really a nice experience, but when it came to high school, like I'm very grateful that I had a very great relationship with my friends and a really good friend group. So we were able to speak it out and like just talk it out with each other and whatnot. But I feel like when it came to some things, and especially after COVID, like with all the space and like everyone being away from each other, and not seeing each other like 24/7 every single day, like it was kind of harder to be more open and whatnot.
Sure.
So I'd say definitely just continue talking it out. Don't keep it all to yourself, and you'll definitely find the light. Be more open, exactly, and you'll find the light at the end of the tunnel. That's
true.
Tunnel.
Yeah,
in fact,
we can't talk today.
you cannot talk. So this might be a little tricky one, kind of an overlap to the last one. But what's one belief that you've outgrown, and what helped you let it go?
Believe that you're not gonna 100% get over it, because I feel like growing up, when you're healing and everything, you're just like, yeah, I want to be 100% rid of this. Yeah, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just really important. Like acceptance is really important, because I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, let me grow or heal into what I used to be. They're like, hey, before this happened, I was this. I should be back to that version of myself.
Yep.
Reality is you're not going to go back to that self, because you've already experienced that. That's still part of your story. You're going to try to aim for a better version of yourself. And the acceptance comes in where you realize that is part of your story.
Exactly.
It happened. And
It happened
how are you going? Yeah. It doesn't have to be a reason. You know, some things just happen
on its own.
Life wants to throw shit at you. Like, it's happened, and that's the acceptance part. And just how can you move on from it?
So what has healing taught you that you didn't expect?
Didn't expect.
Jump scare, like
right? Probably when I was younger, like, oh, like if I'm healed, I'm healed.
Yep.
But, or like it's like a linear process when it's not. Like you could take like 2 steps forward and you're like 5 steps backward and you're like, oh my God, like, am I even healing?
Yeah.
When it is though, you are healing, because that's part of the process. You do go back and forth, something can trigger you, and then you just keep moving on and going.
So finally, what's one quote that has resonated with you?
Resonated with me. I mean, lately, I remember seeing this on TikTok, so shout out to
whichever account that had the video.
Yeah. But she was like, how if you're trying to love yourself, you already do, because where does the trying come from? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of us struggle to love ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we don't love ourselves, blah, blah, blah. But like you're trying, and it's like, you know, you do love yourself because you're trying.
Exactly.
It's baby steps that get you there. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I don't really got that good of a memory to remember quotes and whatnot.
You're just stuck in it out.
No, I'd say, yeah, definitely like I don't know if it's a quote, but like it's just like the love yourself before you love others, or like before you spread love. Because it's like you gotta visit the core itself, or the core problem, before going elsewhere, trying to resolve anything else that you may be thinking, just to like avoid having to deal with like your own internal problems. So first you gotta you gotta piece it out with your own self in your mind, self-love, and then from there then on you could go and love anyone and everyone that you can and will.
It's like that other quote that's like, oh, you'll bleed on others who didn't cut you. Because you need to love yourself.
Before. Dang, look at you. Yeah, it was.
That just popped up when you said that.
Wow. I just have that entire, like, those like live, laugh, love paintings in the back of your wall. It's just like what the spread
God.
Love
Spread love. Spread kindness.
Well, there you have it. This concludes the first episode or first session of Uyyarvu in Session.
And make sure to follow us on all of our socials at Uyyarvu, basically on any platform that you can literally think of.
Yeah, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. And don't forget to follow the socials of our lovely podcast crew, and we will tag that below.
Yeah. And we'll see you in our next session.
Toodles.